Hey guys, Magnus here, bringing you another video. And in today's video, of course, we're going to be reviewing the brand new update, which is the Simpsons tapped out into the Simpsonsverse content update. So this is a major update, of course. It is primarily based around that one Treehouse Horror segment, but they bring in a bunch of items from different episodes, and I think a few things are tapped out exclusive as well. Yeah, I think this update just, I guess, is a blanket first impression. I think this update is funky, upbeat, and pretty awesome. However, I only think that if I kind of see this event in a void, right, and I don't consider any events that have come previously this year, when you take into consideration every single event that came before this event sucks ass because it's another doppelganger event. And I think the doppelgangers in this update are the best type of doppelgangers we can hope for, because they look unique enough and they are different enough for me to be cool with it. And to be fair, I will argue that Noir Homer, Anime Homer, Princess Homer, all of these different Homers, they should be characters, they shouldn't be costumes, because they are alternative universe versions of Homer. And in the Treehouse of Horror segment, we saw Homer with these different Homers. So they should not be costumes. I do not believe they should be. However, because they are doppelgangers, and we've had a year full of doppelgangers from both the Springfield Enlightenment update and the Love and War update. In the Springfield Enlightenment update, I don't give a shit. All of those should have been costumes. Every single one of those doppelgangers should have been a costume. In Love and War, the Love and War update, there's a few of those doppelgangers that should have been costumes, and there's a few that I'm cool with being characters. But yeah, that's like my low-key, that's my issue with having these doppelgangers. So in terms of this review, we're gonna of course talk about, I just want to briefly talk about the quest line before we go off into the structure. We're going to talk about structure and theme, characters, buildings and decoration showcase, and then at the end we'll kind of talk about my overall feels after discussing all of this. So, in terms of the questline, it was a bit odd. How it started off was very weird. And I think the questline throughout is interesting. I think Mr. Burns and Smithers, they take like a lead in the first act, which I thought was kind of cool. So that's a good aspect, I suppose. The theme is, of course, like I said, it's mainly based around that Treehouse of Horror segment. It's just different versions of Homer and all the other characters. Yeah, so let's jump into the structure now. So of course we are doing a normal mini update structure. Mini update repeated 4 times, so multi-event structure, I should say. But it is just a mini update. Like every single time they do this, it's just the same structure as the mini update. I think it's about on par with previous events, obviously, because we've got this system, which I'm getting bored of, I'm not gonna lie. But the one kind of bad thing, the one thing that I guess the Springfield Enlightenment update has above this one, is this update has a token in place of a prize. Now, I've talked about this before, so I'll make it brief. I like tokens, but they should be added with a prize. They shouldn't replace another prize. I realise though why they've done it in this update, because they have absolutely no fucking content for this update. Like they have barely anything. Because I tried to make an update from that episode, it's impossible. They've added so much stuff and pulled things from so many different episodes to make this work. And you can tell they've done it with this one as well. But yeah, the token thing is pretty bad, but I guess overall the structure's I mean, we're getting a building each act, which at least is one good thing. However, Act 4 looks like pretty bad because we're getting 2 buildings, which is cool, but in Act 4 we're getting no character. And I don't understand why they do this with the acts. Like, I'm glad for at least that it's structured correctly, that we have a character at the end. But yeah, Act 4, I guess, kind of spits in the face of that one, which is a bit annoying, but there you have it. So yeah, that's the structure. Let's move on to the characters. So, we got characters. I think this one has got some good characters in it, despite them all pretty much being doppelgangers. Now, we got Noir Homer, which I played through, the first character you get in the first act. I like Noir Homer. I think he's pretty cool. I actually liked his animations, so I was happy enough with Noir Homer. Like I say, I think the issue as to why I'm not particularly thrilled we're getting more doppelgangers is because of the year of doppelgangers. Then you got Princess Homer. I honestly think Princess Homer, just because Princess Homer is, I guess, a different gender, I actually kind of don't even consider this as much as bad of a doppelganger. So I'm really happy to get her. Her. You got Anime Marge, who I think is probably going to be the least entertaining one out of all of them. She doesn't look that great, and we've got so many Marge doppelgangers this year that I'm like, oh, no more, please. Noir Lisa, I think, was fine. It was weird. They kind of sexualized her a bit, which I thought was kind of odd. You'll see the premium gameplay for that. Anime Homer, I think he looks awesome, so I'm kind of glad we'll have to see how he is, but I think I'm pretty excited to get Anime Homer. The, Ethereal? Hang on. The beings, the aliens that we're going to be getting, they've made a few appearances, I guess. So it's kind of cool to get them. Yeah, I'm kind of ethereal. Okay, yeah. I wanted to make sure I said that right. Ethereal beings. There you go. Yeah, so I'm kind of glad to get them. They should be cool. Evil Godmother Burns. This costume looks This character looks kind of cool as well. Princess Jules should be kind of cool. I guess I don't actually remember the episode that she's from. I presume she's like the only one that isn't. Oh, okay, she's season 32 episode. That will be why I don't remember it, because I've never watched it. And then Pixel Homer, finally, the super premium item. I'm not happy with them doing another super premium item. I think Pixel Homer's kind of lame. Like, it's cool to see like a weirdly different animated character in the game, but I think for the price, it's just not worth it. Also, I don't know, maybe I could justify a costume for Pixel Homer. I'm not sure, but yeah, Pixel Homer, whatever. I'm not too bothered with it really, but you can go watch the premium gameplay for that if you'd like. It's already out. Let's move on to my building and decoration showcase. So here we have the building and decoration showcase. So you've got the private investigator thing there, which I think is a pretty slick looking building. Quite like that one. Gimbel's department store, despite it being black and white, I still think it's a really nice looking building, and I don't think it looks too out of place. You have that weird, what is it? The alternative universe computer. It's like a meh decoration. I guess it was important to have it as the first prize, just to make the story make sense. So I appreciate that at least. And then you have the paddy wagon, which I don't really care for at all. I guess it's fine. It's fine. It just looks really underwhelming that one of these things is the premium item. Like we only got 3 of these things free. Like, I don't know, it just feels really underwhelming that was what we get. I've said this in the past, but I really think things like the paddy wagon, I think the time machine, the computer, makes sense in the prize track, but the paddy wagon, that should have just been added to the store. I don't understand why that takes a prize in the prize track. Whatever. So that's in terms of those things that we got so far, but I just want to briefly talk about things that we're going to be getting in the future prize track. So like I said, we're going to be getting a building in each act. We've got the Land of Fruit and Vegetables, which looks pretty cool. We've got the Yo-Yo's Cloud Palace and the Anime Krusty Burger in both Act 2. So Act 2 actually looks pretty strong, despite us getting the Anime Marge. It looks pretty strong. Act 3, sorry, it looks pretty strong, because we're going to be getting 2 buildings. And then you got both the Uta's Candy Paradise and the New Tube building, which both look pretty awesome too in Act 4. And then some of the decorations do look good. I really like the pumpkin carriage. That looks really nice. So I can't lie, I'm excited for that one. there is definitely some great things in this update. I do think all these doppelgangers are pretty damn cool, even though a lot of them are doppelgangers. I do like a lot of them. But yeah, in terms of the buildings and decorations that we're going to be getting, I think a lot of them look great. But I think missing a point in the prize track, each prize track, is lessening the amount of decorations and buildings we're getting, which is a real shame. So in terms of my overall sort of review and feeling of this update, is I think this update is good, alright? I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this one. I think this update is probably the second best of the year. I think the best update is still Rise of Robots, just about, and I think both Love and War and the Springfield Enlightenment are leagues below this update. This update is still great, it's just the timing. I really wish we got this one earlier in the year and not so late in the year. Also, I kind of think this should have been saved for Treehouse of Horror. Like, maybe they've got something really awesome planned for Treehouse of Horror, and we'll have to see what this is. But I think you can justify this being added for Treehouse of Horror. I mean, it was a Treehouse of Horror segment, and yeah, it wouldn't be a very spooky Halloween that we would have, but it would still be related to a Treehouse of Horror segment, so I'd be cool with it for the most part. Like, I liked the Magic update, despite not liking a lot of the stuff that was in the Magic update. I still like the overall theme of the Magic update. I thought that was a really solid update in terms of theme. Yeah, but this one, I don't know. I kind of feel like they should have waited, and we should have got this for Treehouse of Horror, but that's just my opinion. We'll have to see. Maybe they got something really special planned for Treehouse of Horror. We'll have to see what it's like. But in terms of this update and here, I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. I just think the timing is off, and there's a few aspects I'm not happy with. The main things being the super premium gameplay, the super premium Homer thing that we're getting, which I think is a bit iffy, considering we got a super premium thing in the last mini update, and I thought they had switched it, so now we're getting super premium and mini updates, but now they're just giving it every update, which is a bit overkill in my opinion. And also, I don't know, we'll have to see how the other acts fare, but it kind of feels like they are grasping at straws in terms of things how to add, which I don't know. I think this episode was cool in terms of characters, but in terms of other content, it wasn't great. We'll have to see though in terms of how the quest line and stuff plays out in the later acts of the update. But anyway, that's my opinion. Tell me your thoughts. What do you think of this update? And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.